Good morning. I can say that because it is morning now, sort of. It is 2:21 a.m. here in Barrow, and we are experiencing the first sunset in 83 days. Is that correct? It's wild. It does not look like sunset. I mean, it's beautiful. It looks like a beautiful sunset, but I don't think it's gonna get dark. Like,
no.
If the sun goes down, I think we're still gonna get like dusk. You know what I mean?
The sun is supposed to rise again at 3:04.
Oh, so 40 minutes of sunset, or sundown, sun not being in the sky. Let me show you what it looks like. Alright, so you can see the seas are much calmer now than they were like yesterday, because we were seeing huge waves breaking on the shore over there, but the sun is setting over in this direction. You can kind of see how the sky is turning pink, but it's cloudy, so we can't actually see the sun dipping below the horizon. What I think is really interesting is that this car just pulled up over here on the beach, and I can only assume that they're here to watch the sunset also. You know, because it's exciting. It's the first time in 83 days that it's happening. I mean, it's not really all that exciting to watch, but it's exciting in theory. So now I think it's time to catch some sleep. Adam had a nice nap. I've been reading. Sherry and I've been reading. I started this book, what? At bedtime? 10 o'clock? Yeah. It's now 2:30 in the morning, and I've read 188 pages. I'm nearly finished with it. I'm really excited about it. I love this book, and I'm really glad I brought another one with me to read on the way home, because this one's not gonna last for the airplane ride home. Anyway, we're gonna get some sleep later today. In this video, we're doing the Inupiat Heritage Museum. And it should have a really nice gift shop, so we're hoping we can get some Barrow junk, you know what I mean? Like the touristy crap that has Barrow plastered all over it, like t-shirts and stickers and who knows what else. So I'm excited about that, and you guys will get to see that and the journey home later in this video, but for now I'm gonna get some sleep. Alright, one last goodbye to the whale skull and the caribou. We put our bags in the luggage storage area, and now we're gonna head to the museum. Alright, once again, to get the general location of the museum, this is their grocery store. The museum is over here. We walked from that direction over there, because our hotel's down that way. I'm excited to get a better look at this whale skull over here though. Alright, I keep calling this a museum. I don't know if it's a museum or just a heritage center. I mean, it says heritage center, so maybe I'm wrong calling it a museum, but this building also functions as a library and like a community center is what we've been told. So I'm excited to get inside and check it out. Also, these doors over here have whales on them, and I think that's really cool. Look at that. Do you see? I think that's really cool. We've made it inside the museum. Their gift shop is right over here. There's the People of Whaling, which is through those double doors. But then there's this life-size model of a bowhead whale. Interesting. It's so big. So we're working our way down the hall to the craft room where natives are working, and I think they're craft people you can actually purchase directly from, which is neat. I bought a whale. I mean, it's bubble wrapped, it's made of baleen, it's beautiful, and I'll show you some other time, but now is not the time. We need to see this museum before it closes for lunch. Yes. We have less than an hour, let's go. Ooh, We are now in the People of Whaling exhibit here in the Heritage Center. And what I think is interesting is that they say we are the Inupiat, we are the whalers, but these are their Inupiat values. And so the museum, or this exhibit here, kind of walks you through one of the values: love and respect for our elders and for one another. And it even talks about how modern life is different for them, but how they're still the same culture. They've just adapted to live in the modern age. And over here, I told you about the big Miracle movie, and this is art inspired by those true events. Those gray whales. Here's another value: cooperation. And, you know, working with the weather and with each other, with what they have. Breaking trail. Now these are basically their sunglasses, made of caribou antler seal skin. But it's like, you know, a bar you put across your eyes with tiny little slits for your eyes. And this is a pick head made from walrus tusk. And this is a dog harness made from seal skin, burlap canvas, and caribou hide. This value over here is humility, and working together to get ready and prepare for the whaling season. Everybody helps, everybody's responsible for something. It says whaling is not easy. Everything has to be ready. The umiak is the boat. And so they need women to sew the umiak cover, which is made from seal skin. And over here, this is their ice cellar that they store the whale meat in. So this is like a model of what it would look like. Here's an actual picture of one. They dig 10 feet down into permafrost, so that they're always cold, even in the summer. And this value over here is respect for nature. So this talks about how they cooperate with nature, trying to get whales to come to them and not scare them off. So it even says red clothing is not allowed. The color red scares the whales, which is why they mostly wear white to camouflage themselves. So this is a boat frame up here, and this would traditionally be covered in sealskin to be called an umiak. Some of the modern ones are covered in canvas. It's an interesting part of their culture where they talk about the whale giving itself to them rather than them capturing the whale. And they do hunt for whales both in the spring and the fall. And then, of course, sharing is another aspect of their culture, another value that they have. And so the whales that they catch are not for one person, they're for everyone. They share the whale. Shares are given to all who help cut up the whale, and the whale is shared at feasts and with family and friends in far-off places. So last night we were given muktuk by a woman named Jacqueline and her husband Charles. Right, Charles? Mm-hmm. Now what's interesting is this is her ancestor, Charles DeWitt Brower. And this is an oil painting of him because he was a whaler, a professional whaler that came up here. And this was his wife, right? Mm-hmm. I love her. Coat. Parka, whatever. It's a coat. What I don't love is the depiction of blood. That's not cool, but it's interesting how they cut up the whale. There's so many of these woolly mammoth tusks. They're so huge. You could put a bale of hay in there, like a whole bale of hay. That's how big that is. It's gigantic. These are cool because they're actually made from baleen. They're woven baleen with like ivory figures on top. How cool is that? Because, like, you know, you would never expect baleen to look like that, but it is fibrous, so it makes sense. And then there's this walrus skull over here that's been carved. And this is a carved walrus tusk. Alright, so now we're on the second story looking into the eyes of the whale. And there's this sign over here that talks about who made it. A higher porpoise design group designed this whale. And I just thought y'all needed to know that. But I'm getting a picture of a picture showing how they pull a whale onto shore. Basically, they turn it around, tie a rope around the tail, and drag it onto shore with a rope pulley system. So a guy like this will be pulled by his tail onto the beach so they could cut it up like this. Ooh, the glare is terrible, but you get the idea. Alright, we're done here. We've seen what there is to see. Adam's gonna go check out the traditional room where the people are crafting. Admission is $10 here. College students are half that. And if you live here, it's free. I definitely think it was worth the $10 to come in because it was so cool to get to see all of the whaling artifacts and learn about the whaling process here, because we didn't get to witness it while we were here. So I would definitely do this again if I came back. Alright, we're in the library now. Whales on the door. And I'm obsessed with this because it's so detailed. There's a polar bear over here, and then whales and boats and birds. More whales. Not a lot happening here, but it is clean, it is quiet, and it is well organized, which I think says a lot about a library. Well, we left the library, made a quick stop at the grocery store, and then walked back to our hotel where we actually left our bags in a room for like luggage lockup. I think I showed that this morning. So we're gonna have some lunch, then call a cab, and have the cab take us to the airport for our flight back to Anchorage. We came with 6 bags, and we're leaving with 3 because we're practicing the art of the Russian nesting doll. Yeah. Also, we have baleen, and I have a baleen whale in here. I'm so proud of this guy. Alright, we're going home. Give me a wave. How would you? This is what the airport terminal looks like when it's not crazy packed with people. But what I found interesting is they've got another picture of a whale being towed to shore. And this building won an award. Winner. Pre-engineered metal building category. That's interesting. Alright, we're sitting in chairs waiting to go through security to get on the plane. Adam got me a coffee out of this box. And it's like super hot, but it's actually really, really, really yummy. No, it feels good on my hands because my hands are cold. But I like it. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, coffee box. Here comes our plane. This is our bus.
This is our bus. Yeah. Yeah, this is the subway that takes us home.
This is such an interesting procedure. I love this. Alright, on the plane, I get to sit with Sherry this time because that's actually my seat. But he told me to sit here, and he's also making fun of me for sitting in the seat he told me to sit in. I have his baleen here. I have my baleen whale right here. I love this. I can't wait to show you what it looks like when we get home. They're still boarding the plane, but it's not going to be a full one. This flight probably going to be mostly or almost completely empty, I think. Nice staircase. Goodbye, Barrow. And we are on the runway. We're about to take off, but I wanted to show you one more time just how flat, amazingly flat it is up here. Very flat. All right, we made it. We're in Anchorage. And this is where Adam and Sherry usually pick me up, but they're with me, so we have to go downstairs and get our bags. And now we play the fun waiting game. Which black bags are ours? So apparently we were standing at the wrong bag claim. That one says Barrow, this one says Seattle, but we just got a bag off of this one, so maybe they're mislabeled or something? I don't know. No idea. Not a clue. Okay, I know I didn't show my face much in today's vlog, I don't really care. Before I end this one, which was, you know, last day in Barrow coming home, I want to show you what I bought, my whale that I keep talking about, that I love so much, that sat on my lap the whale time, like the whole plane ride home. I want to show you, I just unwrapped it, just to make sure that it's okay. I'm gonna wrap it back up and then mail it home. So this is like my only opportunity to show you what it looks like, but I love it so much. It is made of whale baleen. It's hollow, but he cut all the pieces and basically glued them together, but it's so seamless. It's incredible, and it's a bowhead whale. The base is whale bone, and he even carved it for me. I wanted him to sign his name because he hadn't like autographed it, and so I wanted his name on there somewhere, and so he did this for me in front of me. I don't think I got it on camera, but he carved it for me while I was there, and then he wrapped it in bubble wrap for me. It was so kind. Like, it's so perfect, and it's pretty light. I love it. I love it so much. I'm so happy. Okay, we're back from dinner, and I have some final thoughts about Barrow that I want to share before I turn the camera off. Like, turn it off. We're home, we've unpacked, we've started laundry, we left, we went to Ronnie for dinner. Final thoughts. Barrow was really not at all what I was expecting. I wouldn't say it was nice. I would say the Top of the World Hotel was nice. The people there in Barrow, everyone we met was very kind, very generous with their time, and they wanted us to understand. They, you know, it wasn't like we went in there and they didn't want us there. It was like they were excited we were there, and they were excited that we were excited to learn about their way of life. There are no paved roads in Barrow. Everything is a dirt road. The bugs were not bad at all. I was so shocked that the mosquitoes weren't bad. We didn't see a single horsefly the whole time. I didn't want to talk about this while I was there because, you know, I know some people don't believe in like jinxes, you know, like with sporting events or anything, but I don't want to take any chances. We slept with the window open. I had Adam take the screen out of the window in the hotel room, and we slept with the window open last night, and there were no bug issues. We had the window open most of the time because there's no AC, no air conditioning. It's 40 degrees outside like all the time. Today when we left, it was colder. Today was the coldest day of the entire trip. The day we got there, it was raining and windy, and then it just became beautiful the first night. And then yesterday was nice and kind of, you know, partly cloudy to sunny, but it's so windy there all the time that the weather and the sky can change in just a couple of minutes. It's crazy. So what else did I want to talk about? I took my hiking boots and I wore them everywhere, and if I could do it all over again, I would, except I would wear taller boots. I had like tiny bits of gravel in my boots. Every time we went outside, I just got more rocks in my boots, and they're filthy, and I don't care. That's what they're there for. But if I could do it all over again, I would take taller shoes. The taller the better, I think. I was amazed by the grocery store and their like produce selection and the produce quality. I have heard some things about Barrow, like everything is really expensive. You know, you look up you know, Barrow on the internet, and the first thing that pops up is an article saying a watermelon is $38. I would say things are more expensive there, but I wouldn't say that they're obscenely expensive there. Homes are obscenely expensive there. Gas prices were expensive. I think gas prices there are basically double what they are here in Anchorage. So I think the price of a gallon of gas is like $5.50. And then a gallon of diesel fuel is $6.20. So it's pretty high. I can't imagine what it was like a few years ago during the recession, and you know, gas prices going up to $5 a gallon everywhere else in the nation. I can't imagine what it was like there. This place seemed more accessible to me than Utqiagvik, and I know you can't drive there, but to be able to fly directly to Barrow on Alaska Air, and the flight was not too long. We flew right over Denali coming home today, so I didn't get a picture of it this time, but I did get a picture of it on the way up. It just, to me, feels more connected, even though I have Verizon. My phone did not work the whole time we were there. I had it on airplane mode, and I used Wi-Fi in the hotel, which was really slow, to kind of keep up with things, because there's something happening at home that, you know, I want to keep up. I don't know that I would go back, just because there's not a ton to do. The people there were so kind. So I guess if I lived in Alaska and I was looking for like a quick, easy weekend getaway, I would go up there, just because there's nothing to do. So it's sort of like forced unplugging from social media, forced like electronic detox kind of situation. I did finish a book while I was up there. So I started this book while I was up there. I bought this book at Tidal Wave, and I guess in the last couple of weeks, and I started it while I was up there last night, finished it today. It's called Princess of the Midnight Ball. This is a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. I bought this for $5 at the used bookstore here in town, and there's another one in the series called Princess of Glass, and it's a Cinderella retelling. I loved this, and I want the other one. I want the Cinderella one, and I want to Google the author. And now that I'm home and I will be doing that. But that's gonna be it for this Barrow series. I hope you liked it. I had a really good time. I had a much better time than I expected. Not that I expected to have a bad time, but I did have a migraine all day yesterday, and it was just really bad. But I feel mostly better now. But yeah, it was a good time. If I could go back and do it again, I would definitely for sure do it again. I don't have any regrets. I got to eat whale for the first time, and caribou, which is not the same as reindeer. Like, they're basically the same animal, but reindeer were domesticated and caribou are not domesticated, so they look different and eat different things, and so of course their bodies are different, and so when you cook them they taste different. And so it was really interesting to see that way of life up there. Subsistence living is very fascinating. So anyway, I'm done rambling. You guys will see me in another video, hopefully pretty soon.